Hey yo, what's up YouTube man? It's your boy IC Jackson, and in today's video we're gonna be talking about our third round selection, Marist Liufau, and my rookie expectations for him. So before we hop into the video, I would appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. So with our third round pick, we used that to draft the linebacker Marist Liufau. I know there's a lot of controversy between drafting a running back like Marshawn Lloyd or Jalen Wright out of Tennessee, but we instead used the pick on Marist Liufau. And I honestly felt like this is going to be, honestly, my second favorite pick that the Dallas Cowboys will select in this draft. One being Cooper Beebe and second being Marist Liufau. Once you saw that clip of Mike Zimmer talking highly about Marist Liufau, saying you automatically sold me that.
You sold me when you told me what everybody on the defense was doing when you were here.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You told me that you can diagnose what everyone is doing on the defensive side of the football. I highly put that like in my order when I'm looking at linebackers, or I determine how you're my favorite linebacker versus everybody else. Is my favorite type of linebacker has always been the type of linebacker that can diagnose a play, see the play and get the ball, or see the play on a toss, see the play on a sweep, on a power O, a power right, power left, whatever the case might be. They shoot the gap, tackle for loss. So Sean Lee, Patrick Willis, Ray Lewis, those were some of my Luke Kuechly. Those were my NaVorro Bowman. Those are some of my favorite linebackers I've watched in my lifetime. Watching those for linebackers, Bobby Wagner, because I always felt like the players with the great techniques, the players that are the smartest, and the players that can stay the healthiest are more than likely going to be the players that play for 10, 20 years, because when you're young, your athleticism goes, right? You being quick, twitchy, being able to jump over guys, and being able to dive on the ball or make acrobatic interceptions or do whatever the case might be. You might have been able to cover some of the slot wide receivers back in your day, but I felt like if you're one of those linebackers that you loses your athleticism, but you're still able to extend your career because you're quick enough, because you know the plays more than the opposing team's offense's quarterback knows the offense more. Like, that's the type of linebacker that I like, when you just automatically know the play that's being called, you know their checks and everything like that, right? So I think having a linebacker like Marist Liufau is going to be really great. And this image I was showing right here with Marist Liufau only not allowing any touchdowns allowed in coverage since 2022. That's 443. Sample size of 443 coverage snaps. I think that's really great to see that he hasn't allowed a coverage touchdown in 2 years. I think that's something that he can bring along with the Dallas Cowboys. And right now, if you look at your three linebackers, I feel like your three most talented linebackers, if we were to start a football game, will be Marist Liufau, Eric Kendricks, and Marvin Overshown. I feel like those are going to be your three best linebackers that the Dallas Cowboys are going to have this season. And your fourth being Damone Clark. But I think who's going to start out there for you will be Damone Clark, our strong side linebacker, your Mike linebacker, your green dot dude who's lining everybody up, diagnosing plays, seeing plays, getting to it, see ball, get ball. I think Eric Kendricks will be a really great developmental piece for a guy like Marist Liufau. And then your weak side linebacker, or your will linebacker, is going to be DeMarvin Overshown, and I think that's going to be a really great linebacker trio, in my opinion, between Damone, Kendricks, and Overshown. Now, in my opinion, for Liufau, for me to, of course, make or crack the starting lineup, is he's going to have to show us something next month, and show us something towards the end of this month in July, when training camp rolls around. When training camp rolls around, he has to dominate in second and third team snaps. He has to go out there in the preseason and show and impress that he can potentially be our future green dot guy, our future guy that's going to take the role of Eric Kendricks and can now be our Mike linebacker, can be in the middle of our defense and calling plays and directing people and things of that nature. That's why I wish we would have extended Mike Zimmer to a multi-year deal, so that's why we can have a defensive coordinator that Marist Liufau can get ingrained with. Because if the season doesn't pan out the way that the Joneses wanted to pan out, you could definitely see us having a whole new coaching staff. And then now that would be for the entire rookie class and the 2023 class, which wasn't a success in its own right? We'll be going into, the rookies from this year going into next year will be on their second defensive coordinator in 2 years, and same thing with the offensive players, 2 offensive coordinators in 2 years. Then you think about the 2023 class, again, 3 different coordinators in 3 different years. That's a whole lot of different expectations, a whole lot, 3 different schemes you have to get down. So again, Marist Liufau is going to go out here and show us something really. I think he can do it. I think he has the athletic makeup to go out there and go make plays for us. He has the length at 6'3". He's a tall, physical linebacker, and I really wish that if he can put it all together, I think this is going to be your third linebacker on the field that we'll see out there on that strong side next to Eric Kendricks. And I think that we're going to really have a really good linebacker trio in the NFL. And I really think that once Marist Liufau can have a full NFL offseason where he's not coming off of college, but he's had a full year underneath his belt, he's been healthy enough, he's making plays, I feel like he's going to be even better year 2, in my opinion, than year 1. Again, we still have to see what he's going to do in year 1. I feel like he's going to be a really solid player for the Dallas Cowboys. Again, I feel like when his number is called, he's going to have to answer it, and I think he will answer it. I think when you play for a big organization like Notre Dame in college, and you're playing those SEC teams, you're playing USC, you're playing Ohio State, you're playing Georgia, you're playing Bama, you're playing a lot of these big-time schools, you're playing Clemson, you're playing a lot of these top SEC schools, and I think with Marist Liufau playing in those schools, not being afraid of those big lights, because he's already seen some of the NFL talent already in his young career so far, from collegiate level all the way up into the pros. He's going to see nothing but great talented dudes, and I don't think that's really going to spook him at all. That's why I feel very confident, and I'm speaking such light into a guy like Marist Liufau, because I just feel like, again, you're playing at Notre Dame. You can't be a dummy at Notre Dame. Not with Freeman being their head coach. You can't be a dummy playing in any Power 5 school. You cannot be a dummy playing on that football field. Maybe you might be a dummy in the classroom, but on the football field, you cannot be. And Marist Liufau definitely can't. Well, especially with him playing all the sort of positions that he did play out in Notre Dame, playing safety, nickel corner, pass rushing on certain downs. I can think having a guy like Marist Liufau, bringing him in, and him solely focusing on linebacker, I really do feel like Marist Liufau is going to go out and he will show something his first year. And I think a lot of people will be surprised sort of when they hear his name a lot get called out in games when he's making a lot of tackle for losses, PBUs from the linebacker spot. He's able to shoot gaps and direct everybody into the right sort of traffic, and be able to track guys from sideline to sideline. Marist Liufau is going to be one of those dudes, and I cannot wait to see what NFL has in hold for him, especially when he's healthy, and hopefully he doesn't have any major big, injuries. And him and Overshown, I feel like, are going to be your 2 best linebackers that the Dallas Cowboys are going to remember, and it won't just be like a one-year wonder like what it was with Jalen Smith and Lane Vander Esch. So, again, my expectations, of course, stay healthy. When your number is called, make the plays. Show us something in training camp, second and third team. Show us something in the preseason. And when you keep stacking good weeks on good weeks, good days on good days, good hours of film preparation, recovering from the day, I feel like if you put all those things together and he just remains a consistent player, if he just remains consistent, does really great on special teams, because that's what a lot of rookies do that make the roster that don't start, they always play on special teams. So having a guy like Marist Liufau come in, play some special team snaps, and then you go out and he also provides something to you on the defensive side of the football when his number is called. When we want to run a 3 linebacker, a true 4-3, running 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers. That's something that we're going to have to use, because we might going to have to put Marist Liufau at that quote-unquote nickel spot. So we'll see. That's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.